first season
Yeah.
of Raymond. I think you started in like 77th in ratings. You eventually become the most watched show on television, but I think a turnaround like that's pretty much unheard of. That first season, though, the ratings were lousy.
Yeah.
Critics liked it, but ratings weren't great. CBS stuck with it. You were at a crappy time period, Friday nights.
Right.
When CBS moves it to kind of the coveted Monday night time period, to what extent is that kind of do or die for you guys as a show?
It was do or die. It was absolutely do or die. He told us it was do or die.
That being
Les
Les Moonves,
Moonves, yes.
the CBS head.
Because we were on Friday nights, and we were in like, you were being generous, 77th. We were in like 100th and something place. I used to say in my act, we got Moesha right on our ass. There was a show called Moesha, which was right behind us. Friday was a bad night, so nobody was really watching, and the critics were giving us some love. So he was kind of torn, Les Moonves, from canceling us because he'd get some heat from the critics or whatever, and he knew he kind of had faith in the show also.
And you think it was close, though?
He told not Phil Rosenthal. He said the last 6 weeks of the first season, he said we're going to put you on 9:30. I think it was 9:30 on Monday after 8:30 after Cosby. Cosby's second run was gone, and that was a top 10 show that year. He said we're going to put you on after that because if you don't perform in that slot, he goes, there's pretty much nothing I can do. So the pressure was on. It was kind of there, and I think in the first week, Cosby came in like 14th place, and we came in 12th. We went up a tick on the first night, and you still don't know if are they going to come back, and they came back, and we stayed on Mondays for the rest of our run. We stayed.
That first season, your family was living in New York still. You were in a crappy little apartment in LA. I think you were commuting back every 3 weeks.
Yes.
When did it get to the point, or what made you realize it got to the point where the show's going to make it, where you can, bring the family and?
Well, I mean, it was that Monday trial.
Okay.
I will say this though. I remember the episode. Because you have your doubts, you don't know. And then there was one episode, it was called Standard Deviation. That was the name of the episode. And it was so fun to do, and it was so cool. And where I started to think, there's a chemistry here between the characters that's really good. It's really unique, and it's real. And yeah, we're doing a sitcom, and the jokes are broad sometimes and all, but there's a realness to it, and there's a heart to it too. But that doesn't mean you're going to stick around, And it wasn't until the Monday, my wife wasn't going to move the kids out for that. But then when we got picked up after those 6 episodes, on the last 6, and we got picked up for the next year, I had twin 2-year-old boys maybe then, and a 4-year-old girl, and my wife was handling that herself. And when we got picked up, and it was next year, she said, "This is bull. I'm coming out there."
For more clips from this interview, visit GrahamBensinger.com.